Right, here is my recommended dynamic mobility warm-up for this month. You will want some space for this, or you could go back and forth in a smaller space, just turn around each time. But this is going to be a little walking dynamic mobility series that I do often myself. So what I'm going to recommend is that you start with a few inchworms. So what an inchworm looks like is you come down, you walk your hands out to kind of a plank position. From there, you lower down and then do a little up dog. Squeeze your glutes to protect your low back. Come over the toes to a down dog and then just walk your feet in. So you're getting some full body warming up here by going high to low. You're getting a little core. You're getting a push up here. You're getting some low back priming. Maybe hitting a little bit of the calves here and the shoulders and the down dog, and then walking it back up. So depending on the space you have, you could turn it around every time and just go back and forth. But I would probably try to do maybe 4 to 6 inchworms, okay? And that, again, is a pretty nice full body dynamic mobility option. You can just even follow along with me if that's the easiest thing to do. This is number 4. And I think I'll make that my last one, okay? Now, in the gym, I probably would have done that like all the way down a certain length of space, and then all the way back, I would do a walking quad stretch. So you've probably seen this one before where you kind of pick up one leg and you're stretching your quad, the front of the leg. So what I would recommend is, let's say you do your inchworms all the way down, then all the way back, you're going to do a walking quad stretch. However, instead of the same side, I'm going to grab the opposite side. And then I'm going to step and grab that other foot. Step, grab the other foot. Make sure you're feeling that quad. You might need to kind of point the toe down and the heel up to feel more. Okay. Notice you're getting a little break from the upper body while you do this. You're also getting some balance side to side by working unilaterally on one foot at a time. Okay. And then going back down, you're going to get back into inchworms, but this time you're going to add some rotation. So again, hands coming down. You can bend the knee here, by the way. You can be straighter, but you can bend the knee. Walking it out. Again, coming into that push-up. That could be on the knees, up dog, rolling over the toes for down dog. And then you're going to take the right leg up. If you get stuck as you try to swing it through, just help it until you get into this low lunge. When you get here, I'll kind of turn around so you can see me a little better. You're going to just kind of rock front and back. Looks like this from the side. And just kind of mobilize a little bit here, okay? Then after you do that maybe 3 or 4 times, just step the back leg in and come into a low squat. So from the front, it might look like this. Try to keep those heels down, even if it means you're a little higher. And then just kind of come in side to side. It's okay if the heel is down for the knee to come out over the toe here, okay? And then from there, shoot the hips up and just continue down on the other side. Walk it out to the plank, push up dog, roll it over for the down dog. This time the left leg is going to go up. The left leg swings through. We have that rock forward and back a few times to loosen up. And then after that starts to feel good, after 3 or 4 rocks forward and back, the right foot steps in. We come to that low squat, and we kind of go side to side to warm up the ankles and the feet a little bit. Then hips shoot up. You could even come up if you want to and squeeze, just to get a little break from that squat position. Then walk it back out. And this time, when the right leg goes up, you could do the push-up too. I skipped it that time, but you could. The right leg comes through. This time, the right arm is going to come up, and we're going to twist towards the right leg. Then the right elbow is going to come down towards the floor. Touch if you can. And then come back up, rotate towards that leg. Now you're starting to warm up the inner thigh, the groin area, and the upper thoracic spine, the mid-back area. maybe even the neck a little bit. Feel free to do that 2 to 4 times, then step that left foot in, and then one more time over on the other side. Inchworm it out. Left foot comes up. Come into that lunge. This time, left arm goes up, looking towards that left leg and arm. Then Spider-Man lunge, elbow towards the ground. Rotating up towards the left leg again. Down, the elbow touches or gets close. And last time, up. And last time, down. Okay? Then right leg comes in, another little lunge side to side. Okay? Then, notice I did that all the way down. So then all the way back, you might do a walking dancer balance pose. So in yoga, a dancer pose is when, let's say you're balancing on your left leg, the right foot comes up, kind of like that quad stretch from before, but then you tip forward and the left arm comes out. So we're going to do that, but we're going to do it walking. It's going to be a great balance challenge. It's going to make you feel like a total baby giraffe. So you're on that right leg, maybe the left. You pick up the right leg, press the right foot into the right hand, and then kind of tip forward, left arm forward, and then come up. Then you're on the right leg, left foot to left hand, push into that left hand with the foot, tip it forward, right arm comes up, see I'm wobbly too, and then come down, and then switch sides. And again, just like everything else, you might do this 4 to 6 times, knowing you're doing some great balance work, some unilateral focus. Your mind is kind of getting in tune with your breath and your body, and you're getting kind of a dynamic mobilization again on that quad, the glute, the low back here. This is one that is always a challenge, even for me. Okay, so that's your walking dancer pose. Then we have some twisting lateral lunges. So these are also pretty fun and pretty challenging. Last program we did a lot of lunging like this. This is going to be more of a lateral lunge to the side. So here's what it's going to look like. Again, if you have space, use it. Otherwise, it can be pretty in a small space back and forth. So you're going to have legs wide. You're going to lunge over laterally to one side. And just to show you head on, notice I'm not going way over. I'm not caving in. I'm kind of going for that vertical shin. And I'm also thinking sit back in that glute versus like being really forward. Okay, so sit back. And then from there, going over to the other side, doing that 2 times. And then after that second time, kind of pushing off of the far side to swing around and land the other direction. And then again, 1 each way, 2 each way, and then swing around, land, 1 each way, 2 each way, and depending on your space, maybe you're coming back this way now. So again, maybe 4 to 6 total of these. This is a great one to not only get a little bit of squatting and lunging in, but to make sure you're getting some rotation as well. And some coordination. Just make sure your mind is kind of ready for everything. Plus, if you're anything like me, you're noticing your heart rate has been coming up this whole time. Your body's getting nice and warm. Then the last thing would be a squat hinge overhead reach series. So this one can just be in one place. You're going to come down as low as you can with your heels staying down. Hands come down. Hips come high so that now you're in kind of a hinge position, and then you're just reaching overhead, and as you do that, you're squeezing your glutes. So I'll kind of show you from this angle. Squat, hands down, hips high, hinge, overhead reach, squeeze the glutes. Squat, hands down, hips up, hinge, overhead reach, squeeze the glutes. That was 3, hands down, hips high, overhead reach, 4, squat, hinge, overhead reach, 5, and maybe you would do this for like 8 to 10, depending on how everything's feeling. You want all your joints to feel like they're warm and like you're kind of ready to go. Physically, mentally, your head's in the game. All right, that's what I recommend for your dynamic mobility.